All right, so we're going to talk a little bit about base-5 long division here. So again, how do we do division with base-5 numbers? So let me just jump in, and I'm going to say 232 base-5, and I'm going to divide by 3 base-5. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is talk a little bit about doing a chip model with this and see how that goes. And again, with chip models with base-5, looks like in this case I just need 1s, 5s, and 25s. I'm going to do 232. All right, now here's the way that I always approach this. What I'm going to do is we're going to sort of run this, run multiplication in reverse. So here's what I want to do is I'm going to take these and I want to get 3 groups that are the same. Okay, so the first thing is I don't have 3/4. So if I want to think about it, you can really think about this. I have 2/4, 5 nickels, and 2 pennies. And what I really want to do is I've got that amount of money and I want to give it equally to 3 friends, right? So I don't have enough quarters to give each one a quarter. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cash each of those in to, let's make 3 equal boxes. And you don't have to put the dashed lines, but it's sometimes a little bit nice. So I'm going to do this and I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? And I like to show where those go. The next one I'm going to cash out and do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. And let's do that. All right. And so what I've done so far is I've got, I took my 2/4, I made 10, total 10 nickels, right? So right now I've got 4 for the first friend, 3 for the second friend, and 3 for the last friend. Now I still have 3 nickels around. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put 1, 2, and now everybody's got the equals same number of nickels. Okay. Now I can't, there's 1 left, I can't split that up, so I'm going to do the same thing I did before, except I'm going to unbundle to pennies. Oops. And I've got that. And now I've got 2, 2, and 1. I'm going to be left with that. Okay. All right. And what do I see that's left? Well, I see groups of 4. So I'm going to say 3 groups of 4 nickels and 2 pennies. Right. So what this tells me is this is 42 sub 5, remainder 1. So there's 1 penny left over, right, that I can't divide. Okay, go with this. And this might be, if this is a little bit baffling, it really sometimes helps to grab yourself 2/4, 3 nickels, and 2 pennies, and grab yourself enough that you can cash stuff out. So hopefully if you've got a coin jar around, that you can do this. And really start to divide everything up, and you should be able to see where everything goes. Okay, the other thing is really be careful. What I have done is I've started with this up here, and then I've sort of crossed everything out except for the remainder, which I'll have in the last. So you can only have remainders in the last column. Okay. Now, that shouldn't be too bad. It's just sort of dealing with coins. So here's what now we're going to do is I'm going to do 3, 2, 2. And let me, but before this, I'm going to do my little multiplication table. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. And I often actually give this to you whenever I want you guys to do these problems. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4. There's a 4, 1, 1, 1, 3, 1, 1, 1, 3, 1, 4, 2, 2, 2, 2, 3, 1. Okay. This pen is dying, so I am going to switch over. So I'm going to do a 3, 2, 3, 2. All right. Now, just like before, I'm going to say 3 times what will give me 2? Well, nothing, right? But 3 times what will give me 23? Well, I can go up to this table and look, I can't get 23, but I can get 22 if I multiply by 4. So 3 times 4 is 2, 2. So 3 times 4 is 2, 2. And I'm going to subtract. And again, you need to subtract in base 5. This one's pretty straightforward. And then I'm going to bring down. So 3 into 1, 2 is that. So that's 2. So 3, 2 is 1, 1. I get a remainder of 1. So it's exactly the same thing I just did. Okay. And like the chip model for decimal numbers, basically, again, what we're doing is this sort of represents this. So I did some unbundling here, and I got 4 groups of 4, right? So that's that 4. And then I did some unbundling and combining, and I get that 2, which I get that, and there's 1 left over. So exactly the same, it's just a little bit more compact. This is, I can admit, kind of confusing because, again, we're in base 5, but if you just sort of think about the way all the base 5 stuff works and, right, don't do multiplications and additions and subtractions in base 10, you got to do them in base 5, but everything works the same. Okay, let's do a little bit bigger problem. But I'm still just going to do a 1-digit division. And I'm going to do, let's write it up here, 2031 div 4, base 5. Okay. All right, so now I need to do 4 doesn't go into 2. How many times does 4 go into 2? Oh. Now don't do 4 times 5 is 20, because remember we're doing base 5. So here's what I'm going to do. 4, oh, that's too big, it must be here. So I'm going to do a 2. 2 times 4 is 1, 3. Okay. And then either do this in your head, or you might need to think about this. I got 2 nickels and no pennies, minus 1 nickel and 3 pennies. Right. That should be 2 pennies left over. Bring down. So I've got a remainder of 2, bring down the 3. And then I'm now looking for 2, 3. Ah, right there, 3. 3 times 4 is 2, 2. Okay, subtract, that's 1. And bring the 1 down. And if I look here, that's too big, so it must be 1. 4 is 4. So 1, 1 minus 4, again, means 1 nickel, 1 penny. Think of 6 in your head. Minus 4 is 2. Remainder 2. Okay, then the last thing I just want to do with this is let's just do a double check. So how do I check if a division is right? I ask you, and you ask yourself. How do I check if something's right? Well, what we're going to do is we're going to multiply and figure that out. Okay, so if this is 2, 3, 1, remainder 2, I first of all need to do 4 times 2, 3, 1. Okay. And let's see what happens. So 4 times 1, again this is base 5, 4. 4 times 3 is 2, 2. Okay. Maybe I'll stack them this way. This is, I think, sometimes a little bit easier. And 2 times 4 is 1, 3. 0, 0. And then we just add. So I get a 4. I get a 2. And then I add 2 and 3 to get 5, which I have to rebundle to give me 2. Okay. Now, wait, that's not what I got there. So don't forget, add the remainder. 2024 plus 2. 4 and 2 is 6, which is 1 penny and 1 nickel. 302. Okay, so there is the same as that. Okay. Wow. All right. So that does a little base 5 long division. Kind of some cool stuff here.